Existence Brewing.
Here's another Existence Brewing single shot.
Shifting gears slightly, I guess, going from TV to reality TV, I learned that there actually is or was, at least briefly, a Real Housewives of Salt Lake City.
Yeah, the Real Housewives franchise, and I will say because my wife has viewed all of them.
Oh.
Now, not to the extent that she follows them equally, but the thing that my wife at least can separate from the show is that, you know, these women have so many issues that stem from what? Being on the show. And so they're on this show and they're talking to the camera about all of the woes and the things that are horrible and things that go on in their life. But of course, they're all because of the show.
I don't understand the allure of wanting to watch all of this drama.
I'll tell you.
9/10 of which is platformed on fakery, if you ask me.
No, I'll tell you, Jack.
What is it?
My theory on why women watch Real Housewives of fill in the blank.
Okay.
My theory is, and this is what the producers are capitalizing on, is that women love to see
other women
fight and make their lives miserable. And there's a certain level of it's almost like it's therapeutic.
Don't you think a more interesting show would be like The Real Housewives of Namibia or The Real Housewives of Papua New Guinea? Or,
yes!
You know, like seriously, The Real Housewives of Turkmenistan. You know, I mean, The Real Housewives of what it's like to actually be a married woman, a woman who is in some connubial landscape in another country.
Yeah.
That is foreign to ours.
A woman who has to walk.
Women can get a very nice contrast about how much better or perhaps how much worse it is to be a spouse in the cap. We could go to Windhoek and film this in a week.
Yeah, this is what would happen to Tafini in Namibia.
Who's Tafini?
It's just a woman's name, a popular woman's name.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. Not Tiffany, Tafini.
No, Tafini. This is what would happen to Tafini is that after showing Tafini waking up before the sun rises and carrying a jug of water a mile back to her family.
Let's make it 10.
Okay. The ratings would explode. Everybody in Western civilization would see how terrible it is. And before you know it, Tafini would probably be worth like $50 billion, and she would have contracts and types of endorsement deals. And before you know it, it would ruin
her life.
It would ruin Tafini's life.
Because I think it's very easy for us to look. And yes, there's no question that in seriously impoverished portions of the world where there's widespread squalor and the water is fetid and famine is rampant and disease. And, yes, conditions are deplorable in many, as we're not supposed to call them anymore, third world countries. But that's just because the Occidental, leaders don't want us using that term anymore because it's a little too real world for them, actually. But there are plenty of parts of the world that are not, they don't have a McDonald's 37 feet away on every corner. There's not 10 Starbucks in the town that's only 30,000 people. There are plenty of places in the world where life goes on. And although there are problems, there also are not the problems of the modern landscape that Western civilization constantly pumps into our faces. And isn't it interesting how when you actually see news footage or footage on a documentary from some of these places around the world, the people are gleeful. They're grinning from ear to ear in excitement of seemingly just to be there, just to be alive, just to be having a new opportunity or a new experience because there's a film crew here from the West in today doing something. And I've always noted that, and I've always felt like we're on the wrong end of it. We've got it backwards. The West doesn't live better than the rest of the world. The rest of the world has suffered immensely because of what the West does and continues to do, but the rest of the world has it right. they are happier than we are because they don't have all of this bullshit. And more importantly, they don't aspire for it. That's the big key, the critical key to me, is to stop wanting to be your own little king, because that pursuit of everybody wanting so many resources that it's so imbalanced has what's fucked up this show. It's fucked up everything in the West, and it's fucking up everything in the world. And a lot of those people don't want it. There's a whole chunk of the world, billions of people, not just a few 100,000, billions that live in the Middle East, the Far East, Africa, different places, South America even, where they don't desire those things. That's not something that they ascribe to be. They'd like to be fairly comfortable. They certainly don't want to have disease running rampant. They'd like to have access to clean water. They'd like the fucking government to leave them the hell alone and stop changing out hands and making war over little pieces of this or little pieces of that. I mean, yeah, there's things that they don't want. But I think, for what it's worth, as I sit here with all this bullshit around me, am completely miserable compared to a good chunk of the world that doesn't live subjected to this. And that's my fault. I'm aware of it, so therefore it's my responsibility to begin parceling out all of these things that have seemingly broken me down and put me in this, well, I still want this, or I'm not happy enough until I have that. Because if you're aware of it, then it's on you. If you're not aware of it, then it's time to get aware of it. That's the first step. But anyway, I mean, just one of Jack's rants, for what it's worth, about the way that the world ticks, that I think we have it backwards. It's very much how I view people whom we call developmentally disabled. You ever been around anybody who's developmentally disabled, or a group of them? I have. And they are the happiest people you'll ever meet in your life. Sure, they have immense challenges that you and I do not share. They don't work in the same way. Their brains don't compute information in the same way. But to call them neurodivergent, to call these people, or some of these people, handicapped, I think that's a fallacy. I think that's a grand misnomer. That's a mistake, because it's the rest of us that don't function properly. I'm running around with my day absolutely ruined because I didn't win an eBay auction, and yet here's a person that is considered to be non-functional by contrast, and they're as happy as can be about a little beetle that just flew onto them when they're sitting out on the front doorstep. A beetle that, by the way, when it lands on most people that are supposed to work just fine, are going to go, oh, get the fuck off of me, you fucking beetle, get off. Right? Bullshit. We got it backwards. We got a lot of things backwards, and it's time to set it straight.
We hope this single shot inspired you to want more Existence Brewing. To check out full episodes of the podcast and for more, head to existencebrewing.com or wherever you download your favorite podcasts online.
Existence Brewing.